Hey everyone, and welcome to another deep dive.
Today we're exploring the booming world of esports.
It's more than just kids playing video games.
Oh yeah,
This is a global industry
absolutely.
with some serious cultural impact.
And it's only getting bigger.
I mean, the numbers are staggering,
We're looking at a global market.
projected to hit over $5 billion by 2029.
5 billion with a B. That's insane.
5.17 billion to be exact.
Okay, so that's not just hype.
Not even close.
What's fueling this kind of growth?
Well, for starters,
The internet is more accessible than ever before.
especially in developing nations.
That makes sense.
And then you have these organized leagues.
Like the Overwatch League or the League of Legends Championship Series.
Right, those bring structure,
Exactly.
a sense of community.
Yeah, like the NBA or the Premier League of Gaming.
So it's not the Wild West of early competitive gaming anymore.
Definitely not.
What about brands?
That's where things get really interesting.
Brands are pouring money into esports.
Yeah. Because they recognize the value of this audience.
You're talking about Gen Z and millennials.
Primarily.
They're digital natives
Passionate about their games.
and not easily reached through traditional marketing.
So esports is like this gold mine for advertisers.
You could say that.
Instead of interrupting the experience with ads,
They become part of it.
right? They sponsor teams,
They're on a team.
even individual streamers.
So sponsorships are a big chunk of that $5 billion pie.
Sponsorships are actually the leading revenue source.
Really?
Yeah, followed by media rights.
Media rights.
Now that's a term I associate with major sporting events.
Think streaming platforms like Twitch and YouTube?
They pay a lot of money for exclusive broadcasting rights.
Oh, wow.
Then you have game publisher fees.
So the companies making the games get a cut too.
Of course, they run their own leagues
Tournaments.
and license their games to other organizers.
Everyone's getting a piece of the pie.
That's how it works.
Then, of course, there's merchandise.
And ticket sales?
I mean, those League of Legends World Championships.
Packed stadiums.
Yeah, like a rock concert.
It meets a sporting event.
The energy is insane.
Absolutely electric.
Okay, so let's talk about the games themselves.
Sure.
MOBAs seem to be dominating the esports scene right now,
Multiplayer online battle arenas.
like League of Legends and Dota 2.
What makes them so perfect for esports?
Well, they combine strategic depth with intense competition.
Okay, so you have to think several steps ahead.
Exactly.
Anticipate your opponent's moves.
It's a mental chess match.
with lightning-fast reflexes.
And that's what draws in both players and spectators.
Absolutely.
Okay, so we've got MOBAs,
But what about platforms?
consoles,
PCs.
mobile devices.
Esports is everywhere.
Is there one platform that reigns supreme?
It's a multi-platform world.
But consoles still hold a dominant position.
PlayStation and Xbox.
Right, they have a long history in competitive gaming
Dedicated communities.
and often offer exclusive titles.
Makes sense.
But PC gaming is catching up, right? Especially with games like Counter-Strike.
And Valorant,
And we can't forget about MOBA,
the fastest growing segment.
especially in Southeast Asia.
Games like Mobile Legends. Bang, bang.
PUBG Mobile.
Millions of players.
It's incredible how accessible esports has become.
You don't need a high-end PC anymore.
You can compete from your phone,
That accessibility is driving global growth.
opening doors for players all over the world.
Speaking of global reach,
Esports is truly a worldwide phenomenon.
but are there certain regions leading the charge?
North America is currently at the top.
The US in particular.
Makes sense with the gaming culture there.
Right, strong gaming infrastructure.
High internet penetration.
But Asia Pacific is a major player too.
Oh, absolutely.
China,
South Korea,
Japan,
they've got those deep-rooted gaming cultures.
and they're investing heavily in esports.
I read this fascinating article about Native American communities.
And how they're incorporating esports into their culture.
Really?
Yeah, using games to share stories.
Preserve traditions.
That's amazing.
It's like esports is becoming this platform for cultural expression,
It really is.
breaking down barriers.
Expanding beyond traditional gaming circles.
It's not just about entertainment anymore.
You see colleges offering scholarships.
Mainstream media covering tournaments.
Even celebrities investing in teams.
It's becoming mainstream,
Blending with pop culture.
challenging our notions of what entertainment can be.
Exactly.
And the companies behind the game.
The game publishers.
They're the power players shaping this industry.
Absolutely.
Like Microsoft,
Electronic Arts.
Take-Two Interactive.
They're the heavy hitters.
They decide which games to develop,
How to support them.
how to integrate them into the esports ecosystem.
Their decisions have a massive impact.
It's like they're creating the arenas.
Where these digital gladiators clash.
It's a great analogy.
And they're not just creating games.
They're building entire universes around them.
Think about the lore.
The characters.
The storylines. The transmedia experience.
The game is just one piece of a much larger puzzle.
And that's why these companies are so powerful.
They're selling experiences.
Not just games.
And they're constantly innovating.
Pushing the boundaries of what's possible.
They're not alone, though.
Right.
You've got Sony making strategic moves, acquiring platforms.
Investing in tournaments.
They want to solidify their positions in the market.
It's a battle for dominance.
Absolutely.
With so much money pouring in.
We're seeing a wave of mergers and acquisitions.
Like Microsoft acquiring Activision Blizzard.
That was a game changer.
Giving them control of major esports titles.
Call of Duty.
Overwatch.
Exactly.
And then you have Electronic Arts.
Doubling down on their flagship franchises.
FIFA.
Madden.
Constantly evolving.
Adding new features.
Getting content.
They have to stay ahead of the curve.
Because the esports audience is demanding.
And the competition is fierce.
So where's all this growth?
Competition. Heading.
That's the million-dollar question.
The future is full of surprises.
But one thing's for sure.
The line between esports and traditional sports,
it's blurring.
you see it with the media coverage,
Celebrity endorsements.
college scholarships, it's gaining legitimacy.
Recognition on a global scale.
And technology is advancing.
So we can expect even more immersive experiences.
Virtual reality.
Augmented reality.
The metaverse. Who knows what's next?
I can picture esports tournaments in the metaverse.
Fans from all over the world.
Cheering on their favorite teams.
In virtual stadiums.
The possibilities are endless.
As the global market expands.
We'll see new players emerge.
New games rise to prominence.
New technologies reshape the competitive landscape.
It's an exciting time to be a part of this industry.
This is more than just playing games.
It's about pushing the boundaries of entertainment.
Connecting with a global audience.
In entirely new ways.
I couldn't agree more.
And what's fascinating is the potential to bridge cultural divides.
Esports is a universal language.
Bringing people together.
Through shared passion.
And competition.
It doesn't matter where you're from.
What language you speak.
The thrill of the game.
The strat.
The teamwork. It resonates on a human level.
And let's not forget the impact on local communities.
Creating jobs.
Fostering economic growth.
Inspiring young people to pursue careers in STEM fields.
It's more than just entertainment.
It's a force for positive change.
Empowering individuals and communities around the world.
This deep dive has been incredible.
From the market statistics to the cultural impact.
And the glimpse into the future.
It's clear that esports is more than just a passing trend.
It's a cultural phenomenon that's here to stay.
Reshaping the entertainment landscape.
And leaving its mark on the world.
Yeah, it really is remarkable.
And you're right about the impact.
It goes way beyond entertainment.
It's like esports and traditional sports are colliding.
That's a good way to put it.
You see it with the media coverage?
ESPN broadcasting esports tournaments right alongside traditional sports.
And major sports leagues
are launching their own esports leagues.
The NBA.
FIFA.
They're recognizing the value of this audience.
It's not just kids in their basements anymore.
Definitely not.
It's a global demographic.
With serious purchasing power.
Exactly.
And it's not just the organizations.
It's the athletes themselves.
Oh yeah, you see NBA stars.
Like Shaq and Michael Jordan.
Investing in esports teams.
Soccer players like Gareth Bale.
Mesut Ozil.
They're all getting involved.
They see esports as the future of entertainment.
And they want to be a part of it.
Speaking of the future.
The technology is what gets me really excited.
Oh yeah, there's so much potential.
I mean, streaming has already revolutionized esports.
Platforms like Twitch,
YouTube,
they've changed the game.
Absolutely.
But what's next?
Well, virtual reality and augmented reality
are already making their way into esports.
Imagine watching a League of Legends match.
From the perspective of your favorite player.
You'd feel like you're right there in the action.
That would be incredible.
And the metaverse.
Virtual esports tournaments.
Fans creating avatars.
Interacting with each other in these digital worlds.
I think that's inevitable.
The metaverse offers a whole new level of immersion.
And interactivity.
You could attend a virtual event.
Cheer on your favorite team.
With fans from all over the world.
All from the comfort of your own home.
It's mind-blowing.
But even with all this tech,
we can't forget about the human element.
Right. It's still about people.
Connecting.
Competing.
Pushing the limits.
At its core.
Esports is about passion.
Skill.
Dedication. It's about teamwork.
Striving for excellence.
inspiring others.
That human element is what drives esports.
And this conversation has really highlighted that.
The cultural significance of esports.
It goes beyond entertainment,
It's about community,
connection.
cultural preservation, like we talked about with those Native American communities.
And as the industry grows,
We need to prioritize accessibility.
and inclusivity. Esports is for everyone.
Absolutely.
We're seeing more female and
Players from underrepresented communities.
individuals with disabilities. They're all breaking down barriers.
It's amazing to see.
That diversity is what makes esports so vibrant.
It's a melting pot of cultures and talents.
This deep dive has been a journey.
We've only scratched the surface.
There's always more to explore.
But before we wrap up,
What stands out to you the most about this whole esports phenomenon?
that's a tough question.
But I think it's the power of community.
Esports brings people together.
It fosters a sense of belonging
You see it online,
in the forums,
the Twitch chats, and in person,
at the tournaments,
packed arenas.
cheering fans,
It's a global community.
transcending geographical boundaries.
And these online
They're
connections,
translating into real-world relationships,
people are meeting up at events,
forming their own local leagues. It's creating a sense of camaraderie,
a shared experience.
like a modern-day tribe,
Exactly.
united by gaming,
That sense of community.
is what makes esports so special.
It's a social phenomenon,
A cultural force?
shaping the future in ways we're only beginning to understand.
It's amazing, right? Like these digital worlds.
Are creating these real-world connections.
It is fascinating.
So we've talked about the big companies.
But what about the smaller studios?
The indie developers,
Yeah.
that's where you see the real innovation.
They're the ones taking risks,
Experimenting with new genres.
creating unique experiences,
And sometimes those indie games,
become the next big esports sensation.
like Rocket League.
Rocket-powered cars, playing soccer.
Who would have thought?
Nobody.
But it's a global phenomenon now.
It just shows you.
The esports landscape is constantly changing.
New games are always emerging.
New communities are forming.
And it's not just about the games.
It's about the people,
The players.
the fans,
It's about passion.
dedication, the pursuit of excellence.
And that's something everyone can relate to.
Whether you're a hardcore gamer,
Or just a casual observer.
it's about pushing boundaries,
Breaking barriers.
challenging perceptions.
And that's what makes esports so inspiring.
It shows you that anyone can achieve greatness.
If they're willing to put in the work.
It's a message of hope,
Empowerment.
especially for young people.
And as the industry grows,
They need to remember that esports is more than just entertainment.
it's a tool for education,
It's for social change.
for economic development,
You see esports programs in schools now, teaching teamwork,
problem solving,
strategic thinking,
and it's creating jobs.
in all sorts of fields.
Game design,
Marketing,
event management.
broadcasting. Esports is a legitimate career path now,
It's a viable industry.
with a bright future.
We've covered a lot in this deep dive.
The market stats,
The cultural impact.
the future possibilities. But now it's your turn to dive in.
We've given you the information.
The inspiration.
Now it's time to think critically.
About the role of esports in your own life.
What excites you about the future of esports?
What concerns do you have?
How do you see this industry evolving?
Don't be a spectator. Get involved.
Attend a tournament.
Check out a streaming event.
Try your hand at a competitive game.
The world of esports is waiting for you.
The most exciting chapters are yet to be written.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
Until next time.